From the moment Cardi B and Offset first entered the public eye as a couple, fans were captivated by their chemistry, their shared rise in the hip-hop world, and the whirlwind romance that seemed almost too perfect for reality. It was 2017 when the two secretly tied the knot, a move that shocked many but thrilled their loyal fan base. At the time, Cardi B was already blazing through the music scene with her bold personality, chart-topping hits, and unapologetic authenticity, while Offset, as a member of the influential Migos trio, was building a reputation as one of the most dynamic figures in modern rap. Together, they represented a power couple that seemed unstoppable young, ambitious, talented, and deeply in love. Over the years, the public watched their highs and lows with fascination. Lavish vacations, award show appearances, and the announcement of their growing family. They welcomed 3 children, Culture, Wave, and Blossom, each addition marking what many thought was the solidification of their bond. Yet beneath the surface, the marriage was fraught with complications, both private and public, that hinted at cracks in their relationship long before the world would fully see them. Despite the glamour and fame, Cardi and Offset's relationship was not immune to the pressures of celebrity life. Infidelity rumors, public apologies, and brief periods of separation became recurring themes, leaving fans oscillating between hope for reconciliation and anticipation of an inevitable split. Cardi B herself, candid in interviews and social media, revealed the emotional roller coaster she endured, acknowledging moments when love and trust faltered and moments when she fought to keep the marriage together for the sake of family and public expectation. Offset, likewise, was vocal in addressing mistakes he had made, admitting to errors in judgment and behavior that had hurt their bond. These admissions, while sincere, could not completely repair the damage that accumulated over years of strain, and by 2024, it became clear that the marriage was headed toward a legal separation. When Cardi filed for divorce in mid-2024, it seemed to many fans like the inevitable conclusion to a long, turbulent saga. However, what might have been a straightforward legal process quickly became complicated, highly public, and deeply contentious. According to multiple reports from reputable sources including People, NME, and the New York Post, the divorce has remained unresolved well into 2025, primarily due to Offset's alleged demands. Cardi revealed to the public that he was refusing to finalize the separation unless she met a series of financial conditions, which included paying certain back taxes, transferring shared properties, and providing a substantial portion of her fortune. Many interpreted this as Offset seeking half of everything Cardi owns, a claim that sparked intense debate and speculation online. Fans and commentators were quick to take sides, with some sympathizing with Cardi's frustration and sense of being coerced, while others argued that Offset had legitimate claims as a partner and father who had contributed to the couple's shared wealth. The legal struggle was compounded by the emotional weight of the separation. Cardi, who has always been outspoken and forthright, went on social media to express her feelings about the ordeal. In live sessions, she described feeling held hostage by Offset's demands, portraying a situation where freedom and closure seemed just out of reach. These statements resonated with fans who saw the challenges of navigating love, fame, and power under the relentless glare of public scrutiny. Offset, in response, maintained that his position was fair, focusing on custody, legal rights, and equitable financial arrangements rather than greed. Public statements and interviews suggested that, while there was tension and anger, there was also a desire to ensure that their children's lives and futures were considered in the decisions being made, a point that brought nuance to an otherwise emotionally charged conflict. As this battle unfolded, the public also became aware of the personal cost to both individuals. Cardi spoke openly about the slow erosion of love within the marriage, explaining that while her heart struggled to accept the ending, her mind recognized that the relationship had reached a point beyond repair. She reflected on how the pressures of fame, career demands, and public expectation had accelerated this decay, leaving both parties vulnerable to miscommunication and mistrust. Offset, for his part, balanced his public persona with private regret, acknowledging mistakes and asserting that he had learned valuable lessons from his time in the marriage. These admissions painted a complex picture, a couple whose lives were intertwined professionally and personally, navigating the impossible intersections of love, money, and public expectation. The financial dimension of the conflict was particularly significant. Cardi B, as a global music icon, has accumulated substantial wealth through her albums, tours, endorsements, and business ventures. Offset, while also successful, positioned himself as seeking a fair share of assets accrued during the marriage, arguing that joint effort and shared responsibility justified certain claims. Legal analysts noted that divorces of high-net-worth couples often involve intricate negotiations over property, earnings, and future obligations, and the publicized nature of this case only amplified scrutiny and speculation. Every statement, social media post, and public appearance became fodder for commentary, turning what might have been a private legal dispute into a cultural spectacle. Fans dissected interviews, parsed social media updates, and debated moral and legal responsibility, with hashtags and trending topics marking the drama across platforms. Amid these complications, Cardi's personal life continued to evolve. She announced her pregnancy with NFL star Stefon Diggs, adding another layer of emotional complexity to her already challenging situation. The public watched as she navigated the dual pressures of her ongoing divorce, motherhood, and new relationship, all while maintaining a demanding career. Friends close to her noted that she sought advice and solace from trusted peers, including international celebrities like Shakira, who themselves had experienced public relationship challenges. These moments highlighted Cardi's resilience, her commitment to her children, and her determination to continue pursuing personal happiness despite ongoing legal and emotional battles. Throughout the saga, the custody of their 3 children remained a central concern. While financial disputes garnered headlines, both Cardi and Offset expressed a commitment to ensuring that their children were protected and cared for, emphasizing stability and continuity amid the upheaval. Joint custody negotiations were complex, reflecting both logistical considerations and emotional stakes. Public commentary often focused on parental responsibility and the influence of fame on family dynamics, with fans debating who was better positioned to provide a nurturing environment for the children. This aspect of the story underscored a universal theme. Beyond celebrity and fortune, the stakes in a marriage are ultimately human, emotional, and tied to the well-being of loved ones. As the months passed, the divorce remained unresolved, symbolizing a struggle that extended beyond legal paperwork. Cardi's social media reflections revealed a woman grappling with a mixture of frustration, sorrow, and hope. She described the emotional weight of being legally bound to someone while longing for freedom, the challenge of reconciling past love with present reality, and the difficulty of balancing public persona with private emotion. Offset's public statements, while measured, reflected his own perspective that legal processes, financial fairness, and parental responsibility must all be considered. Together, these narratives formed a complex, intertwined story of love lost, battles over power and money, and the human desire for resolution and peace. Fans, commentators, and media outlets dissected every element of the unfolding story, often framing it as emblematic of modern celebrity relationships. The intersection of fame, fortune, and personal vulnerability created a spectacle in which empathy, judgment, and entertainment coexisted. The story of Cardi B and Offset transcended mere gossip. It became a lens through which audiences could explore questions about love, loyalty, accountability, and the challenges of navigating intense public scrutiny. Discussions ranged from legal ethics and financial fairness to emotional honesty and resilience, reflecting the multifaceted nature of the conflict. Despite the legal and emotional turbulence, Cardi B demonstrated remarkable strength and determination. She continued to pursue her music career, engage with fans, and navigate the complexities of her personal life with poise. Her narrative became one of survival and self-assertion, illustrating the capacity to maintain agency and authenticity even when circumstances feel overwhelming. Offset's narrative, likewise, reflected accountability, reflection, and the struggle to reconcile past mistakes with current responsibilities. Together, the unfolding events offered a portrait of 2 individuals whose lives were deeply intertwined, yet who were learning to navigate separation, responsibility, and personal growth. As the divorce remained unresolved into late 2025, the public continued to follow the story with a mixture of fascination, empathy, and speculation. Every development from financial negotiations to social media statements to public appearances was analyzed for insight into both the personal and professional dynamics at play. This ongoing attention underscored the unique pressures faced by celebrity couples, where privacy is limited and personal choices are amplified on a global stage. The story of Cardi B and Offset became a modern parable of love and power, highlighting the challenges of maintaining relationships under extraordinary circumstances and the consequences when those relationships reach their breaking point. In the end, the narrative of Cardi B and Offset is as much about human emotion as it is about celebrity drama. It is a story of ambition, love, mistakes, resilience, and the pursuit of justice and fairness. Cardi's reflections, shared with candor and vulnerability, reveal a woman who has endured heartbreak, navigated legal and financial challenges, and emerged with insight and determination. She acknowledges the complexity of the past, the mistakes and successes that shaped her marriage, and the lessons learned from both pain and triumph. Her story concludes not with bitterness, but with a reflective understanding of love, growth, and the importance of self-respect. It is a testament to the endurance of the human spirit, even amid the glare of fame and the pressures of public scrutiny. Ultimately, the saga of Cardi B and Offset serves as a dramatic, real-world illustration of the challenges faced by couples in the modern age, magnified by celebrity, wealth, and media attention. It reminds viewers that behind the headlines are real people grappling with deeply personal emotions, difficult decisions, and the pursuit of happiness. For Cardi, the journey through heartbreak, legal battles, and public scrutiny has forged resilience, clarity, and a renewed sense of purpose. For Offset, it has been a path of accountability, reflection, and learning. And for fans, it is a story that captivates, provokes discussion, and elicits empathy, a reminder that love, loss, and growth are universal, even for those living lives in the spotlight. As she looks toward the future, Cardi B's story is ultimately one of empowerment, a celebration of self-awareness, courage, and the enduring hope that even after the most tumultuous relationships, it is possible to reclaim one's life, protect one's family, and continue to thrive in the face of adversity. Her journey through the highs and lows of marriage, fame, and personal evolution offers both a cautionary tale and an inspirational narrative, reminding viewers that the human heart, no matter how tested, has the capacity to heal, reflect, and move forward with strength and dignity.